Well, hello everyone. How you doing? Good morning. Yes, I just woke. And those of you who are familiar, you can clearly check uh, that my voice will be deep when I first wake. Yeah, it is exactly how it is supposed to be, and it's exactly how it is. No apologies made to anyone. All right. Now that we've got over that, because I know as much as a lot of you are from my community, I also still get this nonsense. And yes, my voice, when my voice cords are not used for a while, the cords relax. They do. And when they relax, the pitch drops. It's very scientific, very simple. And yeah, when the pitch drops, this is where we get. And actually, I have incredible voice range. I do. There is no running away from that, and that's fine. Hey Faith, how you doing? Good morning. Right, if you are here this morning, I actually have a gift for you. I am going to run a session. Emmanuel, how you doing? Good morning. I'm going to run a session tomorrow on this. Let me put the link here so you can see. You can use this to go sign up for the event tomorrow. The tomorrow's version is a paid event. It is a follow-up on this one. This is actually the first event. I hosted this a few months ago. I'm just going to share part of it as a gift for you because I touched on it yesterday. And people were like, oh, Wama, you were so deep. And I'm like, this is me in impartation mode. I've been doing this for quite a while. It surprises me that a lot of you are surprised by what I have always done and what is my bread and butter stuff. So anyway, let's go have a look at some of this bread and butter stuff because I am also mindful that we have a lot of new people who may not know these things. So I'm taking you to a video called The Four Stages of Life. This is a video I made. I made that video because I realized lots of people did not understand. You are in Iraq. Good to see you. I'm going to share this with you. I think I will minimize myself so that the page is big. And then I will also minimize, I will maximize this on the page so you can see better. So it's me in impartation mode. Let's go. That would be great. Good evening, good evening. It's wonderful. I want to talk to you about the four stages of life because I had a conversation with a brother of mine today, and it was one of the things we discussed in that conversation. But I do know that it's a breakthrough moment for a lot of people. So I want to talk about the four stages of life. And people who do this either do it in chunks of 20 or chunks of 25. I'm going to work with the chunks of 25 because it's easier to work with chunks of 25. Okay. So people do the 20 because it fell in line with pensions. So just listen carefully. Listen to what I'm saying. The timelines differ slightly, whether you are focusing on whole life or you want it to coincide with pensions. If I want it to coincide with pensions, I'll do it in chunks of 20. So what they say is that the first 20 years of your life is when you are born, when you are confused, when you learn, when you discover, when you misbehave in your teens, and you discover life has consequences. These are all things that happen in the first 20 or 25 years of your life, depending on how you want to do it. Right, let's see. If I am on a different thing here, that doesn't quite show me the comments, which is funny because I should actually see comments on this one. Weird, very weird. I will have to look at this one and play with this properly so I can still continue to see you and all your comments because I've done this before and seen comments before. But today, for some reason, I couldn't see them. Do bear with me. Hi, Denise, and something Alberta, Janet, Tanika from Jamaica. Hey. Hey, Linda, Zainab, Ajana. You are dropping in briefly. It's good to see you. Wonderful to see you. Mama Ngozi and Jacqueline, Becky, Jerry Buya. No, Jerry Bayo. I'm sure I have murdered that name, but do forgive me. Mariana, Sabra, Mahawa, and Janet. Wow. I have a... Okay, people, listen. The network is not the greatest where I am. Yeah, Akusia, there's nothing to check here. It is a recording that I am replaying. I want to make sure that you at least get it. I am actually going to follow on with a live video tomorrow, but that is a paid session, by the way. This is something I charge to teach. I'm just sharing it with you. It means that on the day when I recorded this, it wasn't very clear, or maybe it's something to do with my replay. I don't know. Yes, Philomena. Hello, Rosa. I am so proud that you are here. It's lovely to have you. Lovely to have you here. Oposa, how are you doing? Carol, good morning. So this is, it is what it is, and you will have to listen and manage it. But I think if you are serious about the content, it's not that difficult to actually listen to, for it echoes. Yes, it does echo. It's not perfect. Of course, it's not. But is it important enough to you to listen? If that's yes, I'm sure you can still pick it up, because I'm listening and it still is easily understood. Whole lesson on different names just by that simple greeting. Hi, everyone. Good evening, everyone. It's 10 p.m. my end, and nothing much is happening except I am winding down after a hard day's work. My internet says it's unsteady in some places. Greetings, Sabrina. How you doing? Ellen, how you doing? Greetings, everyone. My internet says it's unstable in some parts. You will have to forgive me. I will try my very best to be as steady as I can. Precious Ngozi, how you doing? Pleasant day, Jennifer. Hi, Esther. Olu, good evening. I'm very good. Yourself? I'm happy you're here too. Hi, Obed. And Vitia, how you doing? Let's get on with the 4 stages of life. Like I said, you will have to listen to this with your thinking caps on. Some of you can decide to work with this in terms of 20, or you can work it in terms of 25. I'll try and illustrate that the first 20 years of your life or 25 years of your life are for learning how to crawl and hitting walls and realizing some things are hard in this life. Boom. And then you learn some common sense and you don't go hitting that wall again. All right. From birth to about 20, 25, it's discovery, especially when you hit teenage. You discover that you look like a man or you look like a woman and you want to do things that women do. And if you are not careful, the consequences are damning. But you will learn some hard lessons here. In this stage, you are discovering, you are confused, you have plenty of life left in you. So mistakes are enormous, and learning from them are the thing. Great. By the time you are 20 or 25, depending on which skill you are using, you transition into the next stage. The next stage is your development stage. Your birth stage is a dependency stage. You depend on your parents. They call the shots. They pay for things. What your parents enable is what you get. What your parents facilitate is what you get. Sometimes some people hustle out a little bit early. Some people are hustlers and they get right on and they start hustling from the early onset. But on the average, you are dependent in your first 20, 25 years. Yeah? Okay. Yes, niggas. Maggie. Oh, it's 6:10 Banju. It's also 10 past 10 where I am right now. Hey, Victoria. Adibayo Lulu, how are you doing? Listen, by the second phase of your life, you should move into development. This is a stage of establishment. This is a stage of actually moving from relying on parents to actually learning to stand on your own. If you are going to go the academic way, you should get your qualifications on your belt by this point and during this stage. If you're going to go the career way, you enter the career, you build the career, you develop the career, you learn. If you're going to go into comfortable life later, you buy your mortgage in this stage. Yeah. You hone your skills in this stage. Yeah. You develop your profession in this stage. Yep. You pick up your skills in this stage. Yep. You have your children in this stage. Yep. And you get on your career as a parent. And you go on the onslaught that is parenting. That is learning and discovering in life. You try and learn how to be married and stay married with somebody. This stage is for development, and this stage is the most important stage in your life for me. If you are smart enough to understand why is this stage the best stage for development, because actually by 2025 you have energy, you can exert yourself. You can do 2 jobs, 3 jobs, 5 jobs. You can run around round the clock and you will still be okay. Your body is on point, on form, and there are not a lot of things that can bring you on your knees. You are invincible in this stage. And this is the stage you should conquer. If you go into farm, you better weed your farm at this point, because your energy levels are not going to be sustained. Your energy levels will not be sustained by the sheer law of diminishing returns. I've not tried to comment on anything, so I don't understand why you will put this on about not being able to comment and share on anything, but okay. If you guys can still hear me and see me, then that's good. I don't know. Okay. All right, whatever. Right, it will keep covering this, but it looks like it's still working on here. Hi, Juliet. I hope Kenya is treating you well. Thank you so much. Joanne and Jacqueline, Vivian, Bigale, how are you doing, Sophia? Thor, Thunderbird, I love the name. Linda and Mania Sabia, how are you, everyone? Good to see you. If in your 20s or 25 onwards, the first 20 is for depending, the next stage is for acquisition. This is your acquisition phase. Everything you want to be acquired should be started here. Whatever professions should be started here. Whatever possessions should start here. Whatever territory you want to own and conquer, you should start here. This is your stage of conquest. And this is ideal because, in fact, this is the prime of your life. This second stage is the prime of your life, physically, mentally, emotionally, everything. Your body is at its peak. Your mind is at its peak. You are at your peak. And this is where you work the hardest if you are smart. See, unfortunately, many people don't get it. And so they laze about in this stage. They move around still being confused. There is no order. There is no organization. People do a lot of friends. We don't know. And you waste your youth. And you will pay for it in the subsequent years. You will pay for it. You will pay for it. It is 4:15 a.m. Lily in Australia. Amazing. Mary in Fort Myers, it must be morning. How are you doing? Very Bethy? Oh, Faith, how are you doing? Good day, darling. I hope Nigeria is treating you well. Yeah, it's fine where you are. It's okay where I am too. Hi, Sheldon and Monica. Hi, Sunshine and Sally. It's good to see all of you. Any acquisition you don't begin in stage 2 is going to bite you at the bottom. People will find themselves in the latter stages trying to make amends. And it is hard to make amends because your body is not in its prime to be able to do this job easily. You can redeem yourself, but it is harder to do in the subsequent years. Stage 3, the next 20 or 25, if you are counting in 20s or 25. Now, stage 3 is where I find myself right now. This is the stage of consolidation. Consolidation. This is where your building should have been built and you are at the roofing stage and you are busy putting on the roof. But some of you will wake up in this twilight and you will realize, oh shoot, I don't have land. I don't even have a foundation. I've not started building. Oh my God, what do I do? See, the problem here is that you are going to try and do what you were supposed to do the previous 20 years, but you don't have the energy to do it. By this time, diseases would have started surfacing, frailties would have started presenting themselves. Can you guys still hear me? Am I visible? Am I audible? Yes, my dear. You ready for bed? What's wrong with you? You're cold. I am on a live video, and I don't even know they can hear me. Can you hear me? All right. But I don't know what's going on with this thing. Am I visible? Am I audible? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I know they can't see us, but I don't know if they can hear us. Oh, I'm visible and audible. Okay, great. Okay. It's fine. It's going to drive me mental. You can hear me. Good. Let's continue. Yeah. Something has come on the screen, so I think I'm frozen on the screen, but you can hear me. Yeah. Hi, Millie. I hope the Bronx is treating you well. Hi, Edna. And gifts. Yay! Hey, Miss Cecile. How are you doing? Oniva, you can hear me answer. Bitia, thank you. Excellent, excellent. Let's continue then. So stage 3 in your life is your twilight, sort of pre-twilight years. And depending on who you are and what you did with your, or is a stage of regret and panic. So yeah, it will start dawning on you that you needed to have things in place. So this morning I actually did a video and I was explaining how you do financial planning. That by 25 you take a mortgage, by 50 you finish, and people are like, shoot, I'm 60. What do I do? And I'm like, well, it is not too late, but it is harder. It is harder. It is doable, but it is harder. Don't get me wrong. I am not suggesting that if you've not started well, you cannot redeem and recoup. It is just ideal if you do it easier, steadily as a younger person where you have energy than to wait until this time to try and build and construct. Jonathan, I think I will need you to be the typist for me on this one because my actual leading screen is frozen. So you can type it. Stage 1 is your first 20 or 25 years. That is your birth and discovery. That bit, you are dependent. It doesn't even matter too much what happened in that stage. You try very hard not to make mistakes. So what your parents were supposed to do when you were growing up was to keep you away from trouble, to try and minimize your mistakes so you don't make mistakes that have lifelong ramifications. You are supposed to knock your head against things and realize where you can go and cannot go. That is the first 20, 25 years. And yes, predominantly, your parents are actually in charge here. If your parents did a good job, you will come here with very, very few regrets, very few scratches. Phew. The next stage is you beginning to develop yourself. So if you're doing the 20, 20, 25 scale, this is from 20 to 40. If you're doing the 25, then this is from 25 to 50. Okay? In this stage, you are developing. I've told you, any career you want to build must be done in this stage. Any skill you want to learn, predominantly, must be learned in this stage. Because actually, as you age, as things compete for your attention, learning becomes more difficult anyway, naturally. Naturally. So, anything you want to do, this is where you have the best strength. This is where you have the best mental agility. This is where you are most creative. This is where you are most able. Even if you choose to have a family, your kids will be young in this stage. The problems you deal with are baby problems. Your kids are still cartoons at this stage. The problems the cartoons can cause you is nothing in comparison to what elderly adults, teenage children can bring to you. So when your kids are still cartoons and you are dealing with cartoon problems, when all you have to do is decide between Thomas the Tank Engine and Peppa Pig, you find the Okay, so the problem is that the internet is not the most helpful today. It was just an intro anyway. This is the previous one I did. I am actually running this same thing tomorrow. A link to get yourself in the event for tomorrow is right there. And yes, I will discuss it from basic principles again. Yesterday, I hinted at these, and those who understand these things are those who organize their lives differently. And those people, they enjoy life differently. I always say to you, one of the breakthrough moments for me in my life is when I was 19. I was 10 and 19. And this elderly couple, dear friends of mine, well, dear friends of my parents who I had inherited, they asked me, Amma, what would you like for your birthday? I was going to Ghana, and they said, these are your options. We can buy your tickets to go to Ghana, or indeed, if you've bought the ticket already, we can give you money to use as your pocket money to go to Ghana. Or we can offer you a gift. I thought about it. Well, I was going to Ghana anyway. I had planned to go to Ghana. No, I didn't want somebody to be responsible for my trip. You know me, I like to be independent. So I said to the person, Sister Abba, the thing with my videos, especially the videos that I throw on this page, is that I throw a lot. When I finish the video, I don't actually keep a repository of it, so I don't even have the links. So unfortunately, whether I am searching or you are searching, you have to go to the page and scroll through. It's a bit of time. But please invest that little bit of time and just have a look on the page, okay? I will record the alpha. I will record the full series. And you guys, yeah, I will do the alpha, the dominant, and the recessive personalities. I also started looking at the attachment theory. All those videos, I will do them and put them on my Vimeo account. Those of you who like to see everything neatly organized in a place belong on Vimeo. Vimeo is my paid premium channel. When you go to the Vimeo page, you will see all the videos that are from the most impactful domains. And yes, they are all organized neatly into one page for you. You can see all the videos that I have got. Let's see if I can take you to Vimeo and you can see. I highly recommend. I think what you need, Sister Abba, is access to the Vimeo. Yes, you have to pay to get them. You do. I actually take my time with the Vimeo. It's a paid provision, so it's easier. It justifies the time invested to do it. On Facebook, just by the nature of Facebook, also the conversations and everything push it down. So yeah, that's a challenge. Go to Vimeo. This is the link to my Vimeo on demand pages. When you go to my Vimeo on demand, let me stop sharing the old one and share the Vimeo page so you can see. Everything is actually neatly organized for you. Everything has its own landing page, and you are able to see, oh, please invest in knowledge. Look, these are some of my Vimeo pages. The diversity is the new king. Being proactive. Yes, taking control of your mornings. And taking control of your mornings itself is a video. The 5 a.m. club belongs in there. The 2020 rule belongs in there. But for me, the one thing you should start with is breaking the scarcity mindset. So let me take you in that landing page. That brings you right here. It's professionally done, okay? You can rent the videos for $3 or you can buy them for $10. It's entirely up to you, whichever one works for you. When you rent it for $3, you only have access to it for 24 hours. When you buy it for $10, you have a lifetime access. Right, let's show you a trailer for this one. So everything is actually quite neat. You can see a trailer before you buy. That's what most of you expect on Facebook.
Hey there, hi. Well, good afternoon where I am, but whatever time happens to be where you are, I bring you very warm, sincere greetings. Welcome to Amma Manson On Demand. So, this is not a new model. This is on-demand videos from yours truly. Some of my best videos are arranged very clearly for you to find them. They come from the paid provisions, and you select when you want the video, when you want to watch it. You pay for exactly what you want to watch at very, very minimalistic prices. So I don't have to put you in a course accessing a lot of videos you don't want. You get here on this page, you look in the categories, you select the videos that float your boat or suits your agenda, you watch them, and then the learning continues. I think that's pretty straightforward. Anyway, give it a try. Let me know how it goes. And yes, your feedback is very necessary. So let me know how you find it, and importantly, how you want it to be refined to be more suitable. Thank you so much for your custom.
Okay, so yeah, you get to see the trailers, and when you see the trailers, you can decide what you do from that point. As I said yesterday, I am coming to a stage in my life where I am offering a lot of different things and inviting you to tap into what works for you. So there is Vimeo on demand. You can go to my page, you can get the videos you want, you buy the videos, you get access to the videos, you watch the videos, boom, we go, we move. Yeah. Buy the video, get the video, and move. Excellent. The other thing that you can do is also join me on some of these live things that I'm going to do. I'm only going to do the live ones, very, very few of the live ones. Yeah, it's very well organized. Yes. And yes, on Vimeo, because of how the platform is. Facebook is difficult because Facebook does it's throwing everything on. It's supposed to be chronological, but it's not really chronological. It's difficult to find things. What can we do? What can we do? Anyway, check this out. I will do the alpha personalities and the attachment theory, and I will look at the 4 stages of life. All of these are things that will go on Vimeo on demand very soon, and you guys can get them and you can watch them and you can learn from them. I am trying to organize things, but yeah, those of you who want the very well organized things, well, have a look at the page. You can clearly see that it takes a lot to get such a page going. Yeah, it takes a lot to set it up the way it is set up. And no, I cannot afford to do that kind of work on the Facebook page. And the Facebook page itself doesn't even lend itself to this. So help me out if you can and go to the on demand for those of you who are looking for the premium. Okay, join me for these videos. And yes, when you want premium, you have to dip in your pocket to get it. On the outreach, anything goes. When I wake up in the morning and my hair looks like straw, I'm here. When I'm doing a video, it's actually a professional video with me in teaching impartation mode. Yeah, right. I am so glad, Sister Ba, you asked that and I could run through that. The 4 stages of life. The 4 stages of life. Everybody needs to know the stages of life before I was telling you the story. So for my 19th, they offered me the option to get a gift. See, these people were testing me. They had an idea of my mentality, but they just wanted to see a confirmation of what they thought they suspected. So they gave me the option. Amma, do you want us to give you money or buy or pay for your trip to Ghana, or do you want a gift? I thought about it. And I'm like, you see, there is a room for surprise with the gift. So I said to them, gift, please. They said, okay. Next question. Would you like a gift of your choice? You tell us what you want and we will buy it for you. Or do you want us to buy you a gift of our choice? And I'm like, a gift of your choice. Because again, making a choice of a gift was the same as taking the trip to Ghana. No element of surprise. Your choice, please. Last and final question, Amma. This gift, would you like it to be something tangible? Or would you like us to gift you knowledge? And I'm like, please, gift me knowledge. Gift me knowledge. And what they did was they paid for a course. In those days, some of these guys became big people later on. They were running seminars. At that time, the web was not even here. Seminars. They would take a hotel. They would have 100, 200 people in the hotel, in the auditorium, and it would be them singing through a mic, telling you all these things. Machiminia, it is saying, singing through the mic, telling you about motivations and blah, blah, blah. I went to this one and it was on financial planning for life. I was 18. I wasn't even quite 19 yet. I was just about to turn 19. Hell, financial planning. These people, okay, oh, maybe they want me to be rich in future. I brought my notebook as usual. The guy says that he's going to give us information that will change our lives. Then he points out at me, you in the corner, you are the luckiest girl to be here at this time. Everybody turns around and they look at me. Why is she the luckiest girl? Because you are less than 20, right? I'm like, yeah, I'm less than 20. How old are you? I'm 18. Wow. Most of the people were around my age. Sadly, those around my age are the ones who have the money to pay for, they have the money and they also have the money is disposable for the first time. When your children are very young, when you're trying to buy your house, when you're paying, no, that stage you don't have a lot of money. You have to really purpose in your heart to prioritize to do some of these things. And most of us don't even get there. We are all kept by grace, aren't we? Yes. Anyway, most people there were about my age now. I was the youngest in the room. I looked at this guy and I'm like confused. He says, yeah, let me explain. You are still in stage 1 of life. Your parents still buy for you to eat, right? What kind of parents do you have? I'm like, strict parents. He says, lucky bugger. Strict parents are the best kind of parents. I'm like, I'm 18. No, I don't want strict parents. I want to be able to. But now that I'm even thinking about it, I was in England at the time when this happened. My parents were somewhere else. My parents were not even exerting as much influence in my life as I thought they were. But see, my mind was already telling me my parents were too strict. My parents would not let me do this. I could have gone anywhere I wanted at that time, but I still felt that my parents' eyes followed me anywhere. That's a story for another day. Will come. He says strict parents, they are the best kind of parents. I'm like, why? Let me tell you. In your first stage, if your parents are strict and your parents regulate for you, you are not emotionally and mentally ready to self-regulate effectively. You do need scaffolds. And your parents must be effective scaffolds to help you, keep you safe. Because of your parents, you should not be out at night, certain periods where other predators are around, prancing around, and where you are likely to fall prey to a predator. At your age, parents should be in control and forcing you to stay in school, even though you don't want to stay in school, because they know that you must stay in school. They know you don't. So they force you to stay in school. Some of the parents will force you to go and learn skills. They will put you in apprenticeships. They will take you to places. And these things will set the course of your life. But you see, at this stage in your life, you are not responsible for you. Other people are responsible for you. The day you turn 20, if you're using the 20 timeline, or 25, but the 25 I don't like to use because we only use that for a person aiming to get to 100. And in fact, that messes things up. So we're sticking to the 20. Like, okay, the day you turn 20, before you are legally 100% of your own, at 21, that's where the decision making becomes all yours. Your parents don't have any contribution to make. This is the stage where you make yourself or you break yourself. I'm like, huh? Yeah. Make sure you get all the qualifications you think you will need. Get them here. Make sure that you make all the connections. Make them here. If you like to travel, travel here before you start having children. Yeah. Make sure that all the fun you want to have, you have here. Now you don't have your parents. Your parents are not stopping you. You finish school probably. I was in uni. I was going to uni. And he says, yeah, your parents have done their bit. You are now on your own. You are making mistakes. Be careful of the mistakes because some of the mistakes are permanent and costly, especially in your amorous relationships. Be careful not to have irresponsible children. Be careful not to have children with irresponsible people. Be careful in this stage because mistakes here can be costly. But Amma and everybody here, he didn't name me. At that time, he had moved on into his speech. So he was telling people, Louis, how are you doing? At this stage, you are supposed to acquire, conquer, establish. And oh, by the way, by the age of 25, you should buy a house. You use 20 to 25 to save enough money to put down a deposit for a mortgage by 25. See, You remember I told you you are the luckiest person in the room because I hadn't hit 20 yet. The 5 years he was giving everybody was still within my reach. Most of them were way past that. Way past that. Yeah, you are the luckiest girl in this room today by 25, and I actually did it. These things from that period has framed my life and how I have lived my life up to this point. And I only have those people to bless. Yeah, to bless. Anyway, we continue this conversation. You should buy your house at 25 because most mortgages are for 25 years. I'm like, yeah. If you buy at 25, you can spend 25 to 50 paying your mortgage comfortably whilst owning your home and just making steady payments. You can have a home for your children to be born into. My children were born into a home that I owned with my husband. You can have a family home, you can build, and we still own that home till date. We still do. And we are quite a few years, not too far. Well, our eldest is turning 18. We bought the house before he was born. You do the math. The number of years we've got left on our mortgage is about this big. When we first took the mortgage, I was thinking, when? How? Oh my God. But we are nearly there. Few years to go on this mortgage now. By the time you are 50, Amma, what should happen is that you would have finished paying your mortgage and now you can live mortgage free, rent free. But the good thing is you haven't gone on retirement yet. You still have 15 years before you go on retirement if you are 50. And these are also 15 years you can enjoy. By that time, your children would have left home. Your husband and you, maybe you have a bit of diabetes and whatnot, but you are still managing it. You are not too old. You are still mobile, moving around, unless something really dramatic happens. That time, you can pay back all the travel you didn't do when you were raising the kids. You can buy yourself all the new cars you want because you have money, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, good stuff. There are specific things to do. And those of you who join me tomorrow on the live feed, I will certainly explain those to you in detail. Now, this is the difference between the Facebook outreach and the premium on demand. The premium on demand, I lay it all. On the Facebook page, I scratch the surface. On YouTube, I scratch the surface because that's how these things are. Why? Because remember, I was in this seminar and it was a paid seminar. This kind of detailed life advice is not given for free. No, stop expecting that this will be free. In fact, for the surface I am scratching, I have actually gone into quite a lot of detail for you. Yeah. There are 4 stages. You should know the 4 stages in the first place. Once you know the 4 stages, you should know exactly what to do in each stage. And when you know what to do in each stage, you should organize your life and then you should be checklisting, making sure you haven't missed anything out so that by the time you are 50, you are back at enjoyment. You are back at financial comfortability. By the time you get to 65, and this is on the old, well, it was 60. By the time you hit 60 and you are entering the last quarter. Yeah, you've done first 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 60, and now you are entering the last final hurdle. By this time, you should be a rich old man or a rich old woman. Your pensions should really just be buying food because you already have the assets in place. You've taken care of all sorts of business. And so now you are comfortable. Yeah, you should be able to eat, sing, dance, go, come whenever you want if you follow these plans. And yes, I am in the 3rd stage for me. The 3rd stage is where you look back at your youth and you realize, yes, I'm on course. And for me, predominantly, I am on course. The one thing that I should have done and didn't do was the completion of my studies. Of course, I got my master's degree and I got complacent. At that time, I thought, well, I'm fine with a master's because most people didn't have a master's. And so a master's was special enough. Well, now everybody who counts a matters has a master's. And so I have discovered I should have done the doctorate then. I didn't. So guess what? Towards the end of that stage, it began to dawn. And now, unfortunately, in my third quarter, I need to sit down and study. And it's hard. It's blooming hard. When I'm trying to study, my business is waiting. When I'm trying to study, my children are waiting. When I'm trying to study, my body is tired. Because this stage really is not for that job. I should have done it the previous 20 years. This stage is where most of us realize, oh, shoot, I should have had children. I can't imagine having a baby in this age. I can't sleep anyway without a baby. It is crazy difficult with my teenagers trying to manage them. I don't wash them. I don't feed them. I don't do jack for them. They are very independent, but even that is a hustle. I cannot imagine what raising a little baby child, toddler child will be like. But some people will find themselves here trying to make amends, and you will pay for it. You will cry. An old woman trying to chase a toddler is problematic. An old woman trying to study is problematic. An old woman trying to do acquisition is horrendous. But if you find yourself here, then you do retribution, really. Yeah. And if you are lucky, in the final quarter, you enjoy. Well, hopefully, I've given you an idea of how this will go out. This is how this will go down. I am running the session tomorrow. Those of you who want to come and experience it tomorrow, use the link, sign yourself up. It will be hosted live on Facebook. So if you get it, Facebook will host you. And can I say, I've seen 2 people interested. No, interested won't help you. You have to purchase the access. Yeah, interested will not help you. Don't click interested because you will not get in with an interest. It is a paid event. So click on it, purchase your access to it, and then you can see me in the session tomorrow. I don't know why Facebook has this stupid interested thing. It doesn't help anybody. You are not in if you have expression of interest. And yeah, sometimes I am able to come chase you and remind you to buy access but interested does not work. Please check. Make sure that your interest is actually consolidated with your purchase. You must purchase. Yeah? Purchase. Please purchase your place in order to join me. Right? Hopefully, what I have done is self-explanatory, and those of you who need to join in that session understand what the session is about. This is the next stage. I'm going to be doing a lot of these. I'm going to put a lot of things on demand so that you can go and get them and progress life for yourself. All right. I love you loads. I will see you in a minute. Bye.